All right, everybody, what's going on? Welcome to episode 1 of the Virginia Beach Vikings franchise here on NBA 2K21. This is a little bit different from the Pittsburgh Phantoms franchise, and I will now explain why. As you can see, we got very few games here. That is because this is a 12-team franchise. We've got 12 teams. And here they are, just real quick, scroll through, I'll explain in a minute. Got 12 teams, we will have 22 games of 8-minute quarters. 8-minute quarters, the fantasy draft, you'll see in a minute, didn't really matter. And this is a little bit different than a regular NBA season. And now I'll explain why. Playoffs, one round. I'm sorry, the first and second round are one game, followed by the semifinals and the finals being a best of 3. So the total amount of games somebody could possibly play would be 30 in a year. Okay, all of these are standard. If we ever expand, which we probably won't, but if we do, 12 protected players. You can see all these stuff here. It's nothing really out of the ordinary. Then there were rules. There were rule changes, but I don't think we're going to be able to change those around. All right, one thing I did was change this a bit, change that. There we go. Just change this up a bit. Okay, we got those, and then got it. Salary cap's been lowered. Didn't I just go through these? Yes, I did. No trade deadline, no Stepien rule. No 30, 60, 90 rules. What other rules we got that changed? Okay, here, I'm going to list off the ones I can think of. Bonus rules of high school 1-1. Just like 1 + 1 bonus. You know what I mean? And then, of course, quarters are 8 minutes. 22 game season. Then we got 18-year-old. You can come in when you're 18. Shot clock's now 20 seconds. You have to advance the ball in 6 seconds, so things are going to move quicker. Very quick, actually. God, I know there's more, but I just can't think of it at the moment. Oh, it's a bunch of stuff with the All-Star game. There's 13 All-Stars in a conference, 13 Rising Stars. Rising Stars game will now be rookies versus sophomores. All-Star game will be 4 standard quarters, not the fourth quarter being to 24. It'll be 4 standard quarters. Yeah. Oh, lottery. No draft lottery. It'll be based on record. So the worst team is going to get the first pick, etc. And it'll just go down. Playoffs will be regardless of conference. So conferences don't really matter. Divisions don't matter. Because there's only 12 teams. So you'll be seeded regardless of conference. Yeah, that's pretty much it. There's probably a little bit more specific stuff, but it doesn't really matter. It won't really affect us. So in this series, we're going to be controlling the Virginia Beach Vikings. Like I said, let me go through the teams here real quick. So here we are, the Virginia Beach Vikings. There's also the Kansas City, the Alaska Explorers, the Omaha Charge, the Columbus Comet, the Oakland Tigers, the Tampa Bay Galaxy, the Anaheim Admirals, the Maine Blizzards, Austin Rattlers, Vancouver Lookouts, the Mexico City Scorpions, which is in Albuquerque. And yeah, those are the 12 teams. And we are, of course, controlling the the Virginia Beach Vikings. Okay, and now you can see the rosters, and I'm sure the first thing you noticed is everybody is a 40 overall. All 12 teams. All have 40 overall players, and everybody should be on a 1-year deal. Basically, this first season is a complete throwaway season, so I'm going to simulate through it in just a minute here. And what's going to happen is next year is going to be a full reset. So next year we're going to play every single game. We're going to have the best team possible. We're going to assemble, and we'll see what we can do from there. So yeah, that's basically it. The draft class is just completely auto-generated people. So it's really just going to have to make storylines for people. I don't know. We'll just see what happens next season when we get there. Yeah, that's pretty much that. So, quick shout out, localized content on YouTube, localized_content on Twitch. I encourage you to check both of those out so you don't miss another episode or an episode of any series. But without further ado, let's just simulate through all these games. I'm just going to advance. I don't need that right now. This season's just throwaway. Actually, hold up. I want these guys picked because we're going to be picking in this draft. So yeah, there's a bunch of young guys in there, but and the reason all these mixed up is, well, we did a fantasy draft. A bunch of people were deleted simply because we got rid of all these teams. Contract extension deadline. I wish you could get rid of that. And the teams I used were the teams that hadn't won an NBA Finals. So like, there's 12 teams. 11 of the 12 that have never won a I should say. The Sacramento Kings, of course, I don't know which franchise was the Sacramento Kings, but the Sacramento Kings are the only one that have won a championship. Why are we frozen? Are we frozen? Well, I will troubleshoot this, and it's going to be longer. We're going to play a game, or sorry, we're going to go off season and assemble our team for season. See you then. Thanks for watching, everybody. Localized content, YouTube, Twitch. Check them out. See ya.